Welcome back to Daily AI News at Let's Data Science. It's 2026-0703. Today, we're diving into some pivotal developments from the future of machine intelligence to major product launches. Let's get to it. Our top story today is a massive infrastructure commitment from South Korea that could have global consequences for AI compute supply. SK Telecom announced it will invest 140 trillion won, or about 91.5 billion US dollars, to build hyperscale AI data centers across the Yeongnam region. The first milestone is a 100 megawatt facility in Ulsan, scheduled to begin operations in the fourth quarter of 2027. From there, the company plans to reach 5 gigawatts of AI data center capacity by 2029, with a longer term nationwide target of 15 gigawatts. For AI practitioners, the most striking numbers are not just the investment amount, but the hardware requirements. According to SK Telecom CEO Jung Jae-hun, the initial 5 gigawatt phase alone would require roughly 3 million GPUs and about 2.4 million HBM memory units. That represents an enormous future demand signal for accelerator chips and high bandwidth memory, with potential implications for pricing, lead times, and procurement planning through the end of the decade. Organizations planning long term infrastructure strategies should view this as another indication that competition for advanced AI hardware is likely to remain intense. This announcement also fits into a broader industrial strategy. President Lee Jae-myung's government unveiled a combined 312 trillion won investment package for southeastern Korea, with parallel commitments from Samsung, Hyundai Motor, Hanwha, and SK Group. Rather than concentrating AI infrastructure around Seoul, South Korea is building regional clusters that combine manufacturing, semiconductor production, robotics, and large scale compute capacity. That integration between industrial production and AI infrastructure is becoming a recurring theme across major economies. Our second story continues that South Korean investment narrative. The combined 312 trillion won package spans multiple sectors beyond data centers. Samsung is committing 60 trillion won toward humanoid robot production and next-generation batteries. Hyundai Motor will invest 42 trillion won in AI-powered manufacturing, level 4 autonomous driving, hydrogen technologies, urban air mobility, and future mobility initiatives. Hanwha is investing 55 trillion won across aerospace, AI infrastructure, satellites, and defense technologies. Taken together, these announcements illustrate that AI investment is increasingly extending beyond foundation models into physical infrastructure, manufacturing automation, robotics, advanced semiconductors, and industrial systems. For engineers and technology vendors, that translates into multi-year opportunities across data center construction, robotics integration, manufacturing AI, and supporting supply chains. While these remain long-term investment pledges rather than completed projects, they represent one of the largest coordinated regional AI industrial strategies announced this year. Our third story shifts from infrastructure to AI security. Researchers Charles Ye, Jasmine Cui, and MIT-affiliated researcher Dylan Hadfield-Manel have demonstrated a prompt injection technique called code forgery, short for chain of thought forgery, that exploits reasoning models by making injected text resemble the model's own internal reasoning. The paper, accepted at ICML 2026, reports attack success rates reaching as high as 80% on several frontier models, including members of the GPT-5 family, GPT-OSS 20b, GPT-OSS 120b, and O4 Mini. The researchers argue that the underlying weakness is role confusion. Rather than reliably distinguishing trusted internal reasoning from untrusted external input using tags like think, user, or tool, the models appear to rely heavily on writing style. When the researchers removed the stylistic characteristics associated with reasoning while preserving the same content, attack success reportedly dropped dramatically. For teams building AI agents, automated workflows, or audit systems, the takeaway is practical. Text that appears to represent trustworthy reasoning can potentially be spoofed, meaning systems should not assume that reasoning style outputs automatically deserve greater trust. The researchers recommend adding style-based forgery testing to red team evaluations and implementing stronger provenance checks around reasoning pipelines. Our fourth top story highlights another security and trust issue affecting AI development tools. According to Reuters and other reports, Alibaba will prohibit employees from using Anthropic's Claude code in workplace environments beginning July 10th. The reported decision follows allegations that versions of Claude Code since 2.1.91 contained code that examined proxy settings and system time zones, comparing them against lists associated with Chinese companies and AI laboratories. An Anthropic team member reportedly said the mechanism was intended to detect account reselling and model distillation rather than conduct espionage, and indicated the functionality would be removed in an upcoming release. At the time of reporting, no independent security audit had fully confirmed the mechanism's scope or intent. Nevertheless, the episode demonstrates how quickly trust can developer tools with broad system access appear to include undisclosed environmental detection features. It also adds another chapter to the broader competitive tension between Anthropic and Alibaba, following earlier disputes involving Anthropic's allegations of large-scale account abuse linked to Alibaba's Qwen ecosystem. Now for a few other key updates in our lightning round. Anthropic has also published a proposed cyber jailbreak severity framework alongside Amazon, Microsoft, and Google. The framework introduces a 5-level scoring system from CJS 0 through CJS 4, intended to standardize how AI jailbreaks are evaluated across capability gain, breadth, ease of weaponization, and discoverability. Anthropic is seeking feedback from industry, government, and academia as it works toward broader adoption. Separately, reports indicate Anthropic is in early discussions with Samsung Electronics about manufacturing a custom AI accelerator chip. No design or production agreement has been finalized, and Anthropic says its existing hardware partnerships with Amazon, Google, and NVIDIA remain central to its compute strategy. If the project advances, it would continue the broader industry trend toward custom AI silicon following OpenAI's recently reported Jalapeno inference chip developed with Broadcom. Microsoft and AWS both announced major professional services investments aimed at improving enterprise AI returns. Microsoft is launching its $2.5 billion Frontier Company initiative with approximately 6,000 embedded experts, while AWS is investing $1 billion into its forward-deployed engineering organization. The programs respond to enterprise adoption challenges highlighted by McKinsey, which found that although AI deployment became widespread, most organizations reported limited measurable financial returns from those investments. In robotics, Genesis AI introduced Eno, its first general-purpose robot powered by the company's Gene Foundation model. Featuring a wheeled platform and dexterous hands with roughly 20 degrees of freedom, Eno targets industrial and laboratory environments, with production deployments expected later this year. The company says the integrated AI system combines perception, memory, and long-horizon task planning within a unified robotics platform. Finally, Hanwha announced a 55 trillion won investment extending through 2040 across aerospace and AI. The plan includes independent launch vehicles, a 64-satellite synthetic aperture radar constellation, a proposed orbital AI data center, and a defense AI data center in Changwon that is expected to scale from 45 megawatts to 135 megawatts by 2032. While many technical details remain to be announced, the initiative reflects growing interest in combining space infrastructure with AI capabilities. And that's your AI briefing for today. The landscape is moving faster than ever, and we'll be here to track it with you. For more insights, visit us at letsdatascience.com. Thanks for tuning in, stay curious, and we'll be back tomorrow with the latest in AI.